do you make yourself stand out amongst a pack of people? And that comes down to really the preparation, knowing who you're pitching to as well. So it's a macro and a micro level presentation, because macro is about the firm and whatnot, but then on the micro level is you have to understand the recruitment manager, what are their past, what type of person are they, also the manager you're aiming to work for. A lot of people don't go that extra step. And lastly, the type of products you guys are working with. If you have a specific CRM like Salesforce, or you're a developer and you're working a certain type of language, show me why you're the shit.
Show me what you got.
Show me why you're the best, because everybody wants to feel like they're hiring somebody that's gonna take them to that next level. Like when people hire people, it's not just to get jobs done, mainly yes, but it's also about getting excited about that person. You wanna feel like you stole something from the market in terms of, wow, I can't believe this person's really come to work at our firm. And really great managers don't put their people down. The really great managers that you've worked with, they're gonna give you recommendations, they're gonna do this and that, but you wanna go into a firm too that's gonna be challenging for you, but at the same time, a manager who's really gonna promote you and really put you on a pedestal if you work hard. Help me, Rod. Help me. Help you. So that's why people get excited about hiring A players, because what managers wanna do, and I know this at least on my behalf, there's nothing more that I love than going into a meeting and saying to my other co-managers like, hey, this person's crushing it. Great hire, amazing. I'd rather do that 100,000 times over than going like, oh my God, we gotta get rid of this person.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Right? That's the bare bones reality of things. Lastly, in terms of interviews, people say dress for the job you want or whatnot, but also I think match up your attitude for the job you want. You know, if you want to work in sales, for example, I tell people I'm always really impressed with people who've been in sales for more than 5-6 years. Guys I would look at are the guys at Glispa, for example, Luca and Zuar. They're running their ad team over there. Those guys, I've known them for a long time. Those guys are true-blooded sales people. And I really feel like you have to have that attitude, and every kind of segment has an attitude for it. I believe product managers are really open-minded people. They're always that person, probably like they remind you of that person in high school who was cool with the punk rockers, who was cool with the rappers, who was cool with everybody, because of the fact, you know, product is something that's drawn from all areas. So you have to have that personality for it. You know, if you don't like people, maybe HR is not your thing.
I hate most people.
You know, so really understand that, but then also understand what they can do for you. Again, I bring up Zuar and I bring up Luca specifically because these are guys that do the sales game. They do it kosher, right? They really want to promote people. They give you the skills. It's not about them just going into a meeting and saying like, hey, I'm pushing these numbers. You want to work for a manager, again, who's going to promote you and say, this person has been doing this week on week. So again, and total disclaimer here, I don't work with Glispa. I'm just shouting out people that I really think that you should have on your radar as really great managers. So just to sum that up, right? Just give you context. Number one thing is prepare. Talk to people that work at that company. It's like being a private investigator.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Right? If you see that founder and they're on their way to work or whatever, don't approach them like right away in the morning. Most people don't want to be approached on the street, especially in the morning. But if you approach them in a clever way and you've got something to it, preparation is everything. Lastly, really understand the culture of the job that you want and how you're going to develop into it. So it's not just what you're gonna bring to the firm, what that firm is gonna give to you, right? Because those are the best relationships. Relationships that you're always giving to, but you're never receiving, you're gonna probably end up back on Tinder in like 3 or 4 weeks. And lastly, it's really just knowing yourself, right? The better you know yourself, the better you're gonna know what type of people you wanna work for, and those people are gonna put you on a pedestal because you're able to fit their kind of jigsaw puzzle better just by knowing them. And again, people don't want to be assholes. If you are working for somebody that puts you down every day, or somebody that doesn't make you feel great about what you are doing, there are people that are gonna be tough on you, but they will get the best out of you, and sometimes people realize that years later. But you don't wanna work for somebody that makes you feel like that. So never feel like you have to sell yourself like there's a gun to your head. I rarely see people who perform really, really well when they're nervous or scared. People who perform under high pressure are used to it and they're able to calm themselves. They get into a Zen mode, and that's what makes them unique. It's not because somebody's got a gun to their head. No, it's because they've seen many wars many times over that they have a level of experience to it.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
So again, have a vision for yourself, understand the role, understand where you want to take it, and we're always here. If there's any other questions, anything you want to know, please reach out. And the cardinal rule is prepare. You can never be overly prepared.